In Bisan, the second-largest city in South Korea, a shocking crime took place in May 2023. At the center of it was a 23-year-old woman named Jeong Yoo-jung. Outwardly, she lived an unremarkable life. She stayed with her grandfather, who was her only family, and appeared to be a quiet, polite young woman. But beneath that surface, she harbored a disturbing obsession with true crime documentaries, articles, and news. Over time, this fascination turned into a dangerous fixation. She wanted to know what it would feel like to commit a crime herself. Determined to carry out her experiment, Yoo-jung spent 3 months preparing. She borrowed books on how to hide a body, researched forensic science, and studied criminal investigation methods. Because she had no criminal record and no connections to people outside the law, she believed that choosing a random, unconnected victim would give her the best chance to avoid suspicion. She decided to find her victim through a tutoring app, popular among young South Koreans who often face intense academic pressure. Posing as the mother of a middle school student in need of English lessons, Yoo-jung contacted more than 50 private tutors. Eventually, she focused on a 26-year-old woman known publicly only as K, who lived alone and welcomed students into her apartment. Those who knew Kay described her as warm, kind-hearted, and deeply dedicated to her students. When Yoo-jung asked if Kay lived by herself, Kay admitted that she did, most likely thinking the question came from a shy student embarrassed to speak in front of others. She agreed to meet for an introductory lesson 2 days later. On May 26, 2023, Yoo-jung dressed in a school uniform she had purchased online to appear younger. With her small stature and new haircut, she convincingly passed as a teenager. At 5:34 p.m., she arrived at Kay's apartment. Shortly after being welcomed inside, she excused herself to the bathroom but instead quietly walked through the rooms to confirm that Kay truly lived alone. Convinced it was safe, she pulled out a kitchen knife hidden in her uniform and attacked. She stabbed Kay more than 100 times, focusing on her chest and neck. Defensive wounds on Kay's hands showed that she tried desperately to fight back, but she had no chance. Even after Kay died, Yoo-jung continued her brutal assault. An hour later, Yoo-jung left the apartment wearing her victim's clothes. As if adopting her identity, surveillance cameras captured her buying trash bags, cleaning supplies, and knives from nearby stores before returning to dismember the body. She placed parts of the remains into a suitcase and made several trips between her home and Kay's apartment, discarding evidence along the way. Calm and composed on security footage, she appeared disturbingly unaffected by what she had just done. Around midnight, Yoo-jung took the suitcase with body parts and hailed a taxi. She asked the driver to take her to Yangsan, a rural area about 20 kilometers away. When they reached a riverbank, she carried the heavy suitcase into the woods alone. The driver, suspicious of her behavior, circled back later and noticed that when she returned to the road, the suitcase seemed far lighter. Trusting his instincts, he later reported the incident to the police, even giving them her home address. Investigators soon confronted Yoo-jung. She initially claimed that the blood in the suitcase was from menstruation, then said she had given birth and was trying to dispose of a baby, and later blamed a mysterious man she supposedly found in Kay's apartment. None of these stories held up. Eventually, when her grandfather was brought into the interrogation room and begged her to tell the truth, she admitted what she had done. She explained her actions not with anger or hatred, but with cold detachment. She simply wanted to know what it felt like to kill. Inspired by her obsession with crime media, her browsing history revealed a fixation on the psychological thriller Helpless, which tells the story of a woman who kills and assumes her victim's identity. Yoo-jung watched the film repeatedly, and even mirrored its plot by wearing Kay's clothes and taking her identification. Psychologists suggested that she was motivated not only by curiosity, but also by envy. Isolated, without friends or a career, she may have longed to escape her life and step into someone else's.